Yo, what's up? This your boy Derek Branch here with Strike7Sports.com. This is another episode of Strike 7 Sports Podcast. I'm joined by my co-hosts Brian Botta and Leo Seaberry. This is another episode of the Strike 7 Sports Podcast. Tonight we got another special guest with us tonight. He is the former Memphis Tigers star wide receiver, now with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'd like to welcome Calvin Austin III to the show. What's going on, man?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. I'm glad to be here. Glad to talk to you.
Appreciate it, man. This means a lot to us, man. All right, man. Just go right into it, man. First time of the night. Back when you was at Memphis, you did a lot of things. You returned punts, returned kickoffs, came out of the backfield, was in the slot. You used you on the outside a lot. Just want to ask you, how will your role change now that you're with Steelers compared to what it was with Memphis?
So it's definitely going to be a little different, just because, like you said, at Memphis, I was literally everywhere. And on offense, I would say I was predominantly outside to just like for our base offense. So, I can foretell that, I'm probably going to be in the slot a little more, and just in the NFL, it's a lot of different, it's just more variations of stuff you can run. So I think it will be very, very beneficial for me. So I can see myself kind of almost being used in the same way, though, as far as multiple ways, whether that is, some jet sweeps out the backfield, punt, kickoff, all of that. But, also, I think my role is going to change a little bit into where, I'm going to also be, I want to cover some kicks, be gunner and all that stuff. So just to really, I can see it changing by just, it's going to be different for sure. I think I'll play more in the slot, but I still want to be like I was at Memphis and have a lot of versatility.
All right. You got things you want to add, Brian Leo?
In terms of, like you said, like DB was saying, like how your role is going to be different, in the NFL from, when you were doing everything in college. Like, is it kind of going to be like, I know you had a lot of talent to work with, other wide receivers there, but you were obviously the guy, the focal guy. Like, how is it going to be different not having as much pressure on you, being a rookie, being able to learn more, you know what I'm saying, and the pressure not be on you as much as it was in the past?
Nah, that's definitely going to be a difference, and I wouldn't say last year at Memphis or the year before, 2020, that I had, pressure necessarily, but, I did put a level. I did hold myself to a certain standard and expectations, definitely. And so, transitioning into the league to where, there's already established great receivers like Deontay, Chase, all those guys. It's gonna be another thing where I can just, of course I'm gonna perform and try to exceed expectations, but I can also take some notes from them, watch how they do certain things. I can learn, just continue to learn from them, because once you've been in the league, you start to realize, there's certain things you can do in college. There's certain things you can do in the league that you couldn't do in college, and vice versa. So it's just about learning the game and picking up on all the nuances. So, I think that's going to be very, just like I said, very beneficial, because it's going to give me a whole new perspective, allow me to learn more. And that's going to help improve my game.
Brian,
I just have a quick question. It doesn't have exactly do with this, just something I really wanted to know. Who do you think's faster, you or Deontay Johnson?
I'm gonna always say me, but that guy just talking about how his feet work, his cuts, his breaks is something. It's surreal. We were during practice, he had did one, and I was just like, yeah, I can see why he a pro bowler, because you can just see that his feet work and how technical it is something that I'm definitely was like, okay, like that when I see stuff like that, it challenges me to continue to improve, because he got to the Pro Bowl, he come up on a big contract year, and you know what, that's the position that I want to be in the future, so it's just about continuing to not act like you got all the answers and that you don't need to continue to improve. So that's why I would say me, but there's something that I can definitely take from him.
All right. So, are there any similarities between the Memphis scheme and the Steelers scheme in regards to how they utilize the wide receivers?
Honestly, no. It's not the same. It's extremely different. In Memphis, I would say we ran more of a. It was kind of a mix of a spread offense with kind of like pro style tendencies. I would say, but with with the and then it's just like it's just the difference in college and the NFL. In the NFL, if you're the best of the best, they're going to expect you to be able to learn this route, adjust this route on the fly, be able to do this type of motion screen. You don't gotta for in college. You sometimes gotta cater to your players, but in the NFL, that's the best of the best. So they're expecting you to be able to do whatever it is they're asking. So it's just a much we did some of the same things, but it's just very much more expansive things that we do now. And it's kind of like Madden. In college, it's not like Madden. You're gonna have your plays and your base ones. You're not finna do nothing too crazy. Nowadays I will say offensive coordinators are getting more innovative in college, but in the NFL in the league, it's just Madden. You're gonna have a lot to you can do whatever. It's not gonna be just we only got 3 or 4 different motions. Nah, you're gonna see it all. So it's just very much more expansive. That's what I would say.
Yeah, you got any there, Brian? Leoza?
Not related to this, what he just said, similar, but they brought you in the fourth round. They also brought George Pickens in there too in the second round. And for both of y'all, you're a smaller guy, but you're a speed guy. Him being more of a lengthy guy in terms of jump ball skills, things of that nature.
Yeah.
How's it been for not for you adjusting to the Steeler way of doing things, and also him as a fellow rookie adjusting to the Steeler way of doing things, coming from Georgia, and you obviously coming from them.
Well, one thing that I would say is if you look at both programs, me coming from Memphis, him coming from Georgia, and the Steelers and how they do things and what they're known for, it's kind of in the same bill. Georgia is about, hard nose, pounding, tough, physical, and Memphis, we're more of a fast paced team, but it's Memphis and we still about that grind. So it's like both ones fit into that Steeler way, you know what I'm saying? And I think they kind of did that on purpose, getting both of us in the same drafts because it allows us to, help each other with the plays. And and it's also just nice to, you're not the only rookie coming in. You got somebody else there with you. So y'all get a chance to learn together, grow together, get cool, all that. So it definitely make the transition much easier. And like I said, you can already tell that the programs that we came from in college prepared us because we not backing down from no challenge. It's not. It ain't. Some people try to make it into this whole big thing about Trent. Man, it's football at the end of the day, and it's just about competing. That's all it's gonna come down to: competing against the guy in front of you.
Okay. All right. So, what was your first interactions with head coach Mike Tomlin when you met him for the first time? How was that?
So he called me on. He was the one that called on draft, so that was great. Hearing him on the phone, it was kind of that was very surreal. But meet him in person was just cool. I mean, you can just tell he a down to earth guy, but you can just tell how he just like how just with how he walks and talks and carries himself. He's about business and about winning, but he's for his guys. And so you want to play for a coach like that, and it makes it easy to give your all even more. You know what I'm saying? So my interaction with him has been great, and you can tell that he definitely has the pulse of the team, and he has a team control.
All right. You got Brian got anything to add?
I just want to know has it like been your relationship with Matt Canada, the offensive coordinator, and what was I gonna say? He likes to run a lot of motion, a lot of, you know what I mean. And so, how do you think you could see yourself being used in that?
Yeah, we have a great relationship. Obviously being an OC, and of course the going to draft. The offensive guys gonna know some of the OC picks and stuff. So we definitely have a great relationship, and like you said, he is. From just his history, you can tell that he's a guy that gonna do a lot of motions and misdirection type stuff. So I think I fit very well into that role, just from a standpoint of you already got Najee in the backfield. You got the receivers on the outside, pad, tight end. So I'm ready to do whatever role, but I can envision myself being able to stretch the field, sideline to sideline, open up some run lanes, and just really create more stress and put more havoc on the defense.
You're good.
Um, what? This is just a straight up blunt question. You may not have had it yet. You may have, but what's been your welcome? What it like? When did you have your dang? This is the NFL moment, or have you had it yet?
I haven't had it yet, but that usually come when them pass get to popping. So I'm ready for that moment. It's like 'cause I had my welcome to college moment. I remember for freshman year getting a jet sweep. JoJo Dorsey is smacking me. I said, okay, yeah, this not high school where you can just get it. Then if you got a reverse field, nah, you can't do all that. So I feel like everybody has that moment, and you just gotta, when it comes, just get up and think about the next play.
So I mean, it's Tomlin like everything is people have advertising to be just a straight up guy that's very approachable. He can play that big brother
Yeah.
role, that father role. He's that type of person.
Oh yeah, he's definitely that person. And one thing about him, he's consistent with his message and how he does things. You see him in the weight room early, working out, grinding, and he'll just come in the meeting, same energy, same approach, same outlook. But he always knows how to try to get under your skin. But he also knows how to push you, encourage you, and get the best out of you. So yeah, he's definitely what people have said for him to be.
Okay. All right. So based on what has been put out by the team and Mike Tomlin and the front office is that Mitchell Trubisky is going to be the team's starting quarterback, and that's even with Kenny Pickett taken in the first round. I would just like to know what's the chemistry is like between Pickett and the wide receiver group right now.
It's I would say it's with every quarterback, from Kenny, Mitch, Mason, Chris. One thing about the league, it's not hard to get chemistry. I'm not gonna say it's not hard to get chemistry, but you know, it's not like where after practice guys gotta go to study hall and stuff like that. After practice, we have another route on air session. So we've gotten plenty of reps with every QB. So that won't be an issue. It's just gonna come down to just like every other position, guys competing, and then the best man will win. But and whichever that guy is, he's gonna have thrown to every receiver already many of times before. So that whoever ends up being that guy, it'll be a smooth transition.
Brian got any there?
Well, this is kind of like I just thought of this. Has nothing to do, but it has something to do with Memphis. I was thinking about that play against Mississippi State. I want to know what was going through your mind when you made that play.
Yeah, so I've always known about that rule just because like I was a guy when I was younger. I like watched a whole lot of football, and not just like I watched as a fan, but like I was really into it. So like I know all the rules of football, everything. You know what I'm saying? So I already knew about that rule because Dwayne Harris had did it when he played at Oakland, and so I remember seeing that. And so as soon as the ball was going over my head, was gonna try to let it bounce into the end zone and get a touchback. I turned around after I like bluffed to try to pull some guys away from the ball, and so I turned around to see where the ball was gonna land, and then I saw the guy catch it out the air and like throw it back in. So as soon as he touched it, I'm like, okay, green light. Like as soon as he touched it, it's time to get it. Even if somebody had picked it up, I would have tried to take it from his hand, because at that point we can't lose possession of the ball. So as soon as that happened, I was on a beeline to get the ball, and as soon as I got it, I was just like, let me get back to my sideline and run as fast as I can.
Yeah, I think that, bro. Oh, Leo.
Yeah, that's what yeah, bro, I really gonna add to that because, like, it was kind of a big drama about was it legal, was it not legal, like, because everybody watching the play is like, wow, like, you know what I'm saying, like, what, and that's what people, having played with you in the past and having known you for a while, like, people see your talent on the field, and yes, that's great, but do you think that when you say that, like, your knowledge for the game is somewhat kind of been underrated too? Like, like people talk about, oh yeah, Cal, the guy with the speed, the one that can blow by everybody. But you think your intellect for the game kind of goes unnoticed too? Because I think from high school to like college and what you just described, I kind of feel that way. Do you feel that way?
I definitely feel that way. Just with, like I said, just from watching so much football, I've seen so much, and different situations are like, and it's obviously different playing, but different situations aren't uncommon, or it's not too many situations gonna be the first time I've seen something. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, to be able to get to the point that I had to have a great knowledge of the game, and I would say my mindset in general, because I had to look at my in the mirror and be like, okay, in college, I'm not anywhere where I need to be early on. And it took me to realize that I need to improve. I need to really become a true receiver. So I need to learn new releases, learn breakdowns, work on my hands, and all of that just comes back to knowledge of the game, because you realize that that the stuff that these guys do at the next level, some are just God-given, blessed, and can just wake up out of bed, not work out, and go for 200. But majority of guys they've worked for what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? And so that takes a mindset, because that's what holds a lot of people back. They got it made up in their mind that they got all the answers. They don't need to improve anymore. They just lazy. And that's all coming back to the knowledge. You got to know that there's people working, and there's a lot left to learn and stuff. So that's something that I always hold high, just my knowledge of the game. I think that's something that I would say is definitely overlooked.
Go ahead. Go ahead, man.
One more thing. Yeah, I remember, like, coming from, like, you're an NFL guy, you're a pro. I remember your breakout game your freshman year. It was DB and I was at this game. It was SMU Memphis game day. His redshirt freshman year. Was it that sophomore year or freshman year? One of them.
Redshirt sophomore. Yep. Redshirt sophomore. Yep.
Yeah, that was your sophomore year. That was your he burst on the scene moment. Like from that moment on to where you are now. Like, what did you know? Like, when was that college? Maybe it was that game. Maybe it was before that or after that. Did you know? Okay, I can get to where I am right now.
It's kind of crazy because I never stopped thinking that. Even throughout middle school, high school, I never stopped. Like, it was, how people say have a plan B, and it's sometimes good to have a plan B, or just something in case I don't know if it's good or if it's bad, but I'll be honest, I've never had a plan B. Since I was little, I didn't know what I was going. If God knows this, if I didn't know if I wasn't playing football right now, I don't know honestly what I would be doing. I've always had this as my goal. Like, this was what I was gonna do. It was no other option. Even coming in as a freshman walk-on, I didn't think, man, I need to start hitting the books more or try to get some internships. I never thought about that. It was gonna work out somehow. I didn't know how I was gonna get to there, but I just believed and prayed and knew that I was gonna get there. And God put people in my life, put me in certain positions. Bringing in like Coach Simon, who really taught me how to be a receiver, broke down the game to me. Like, God put people like that in my life to get me to this point. So even from that, and like you said, you bring up games like that, games like SMU and other games. I remember we played Louisiana, the Raging Cajuns. We had played them, and I had a lone catch or something, and I just remember like each time something like that would happen, I'd be like, man, it would give me more. It'll give me a taste of like what I wanted, and just made me want to push even more because I'm like, okay, now I'm actually doing it on the collegiate level. Now I'm doing it against. Oh, I caught this pass, and this guy just got drafted. So now it's just like it makes it more realistic into where you can like actually feel it. Cause like freshman year, I thought as a walk on, I the same way I did 3-4 years, but it's just different when you're almost there and can almost touch it. It's just a little different. But honestly, that feeling of me being in the NFL, it never left. I was gonna have to get here one way or another.
That's what's up. All right, so I'm gonna close it out on this right here. So based on your talent, Steelers talent, the roster is pretty good. You have a really good running back. Got the future, Kenny Pickett. So I want to ask you, what are the expectations for this upcoming season? What's the end point, the end goal for this team? Given that you have
Um,
a transition here, player, quarterback.
I, for the team, it's Super Bowl. Made it to the playoffs last year, and so I just think that we have a better team this year. I just believe that this is going to be the year, and not from a standpoint of, I'm just getting here, so it's kind of you can almost say like, man, how can he say that? He's just getting here. But the team I've been around that I went through OTAs, minicamp with and stuff, this team is legit. You know what I'm saying? From the offense, defense, and when you got a coach like Mike Tomlin, you can't, you already got a head up on all the other competition. So is it going to come down to the players executing and just doing their job? And personally, my goal is to just honestly, like I think short term. So I think about just having a great camp, having a great practice each and every day, continuing to just attack the field, no MAs in the playbook, creating big explosive plays, and just putting my speed on film. So my expectation and my goals for the team and personally is just to win. Like that's all I want to do is just win. And so and with the culture that's already established there, it's not, it's gonna be hard to not have that be the expectation. So it's definitely just to win and honestly just be a good teammate.
All right, man. So that's it. So good luck to you in your first year with the Steelers.
Thank you. I
Great,
appreciate it.
great joining our program. Appreciate it. Wish you nothing but the best in the future. Hope you have a prosperous, a blessed career with that organization.
Thank you.
It's a really good team to be a part of, in my opinion. So we'll look forward to seeing you on the field. Look forward to seeing you produce out there, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate
Appreciate you,
talking
man.
to y'all. For
All
sure.
right.
Man,
Appreciate
thank
y'all.
you.
All right.
For sure.
So we have
Appreciate y'all,
you
man.
right now. All right.
All right, bro.
Just like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let us know how you feel. Listen to this on Apple, Spotify. Give us a 5-star rating. Let us know how you feel. Have a blessed night. Peace.
All right.